I'm so amazing with the word playing. How I'm saying these phrases, persuasive ace of spades is what I'm blazing. And I spit fire like it's Cajun. Then I take them high as I can take them to a high elevation. Ribbons in the sky, not forsaken. Living like we dying while we waiting for the final transition. See, I'm the light at the ending. I'm nice with this spitting. Precise with his visions, I'm like Christ to a Christian. It's the life that we living. Driven like automatic transmissions. And I'm speed shifting my gears, piffing the reef in the air. Yeah, for those with an ear to hear, we get you to see your picture clear. My still waters run deep. You know it's about to breach. It's more like a tsunami in the streets. It's poetry in motion over the beat. I compose flows from the soul and control it orally. Stillest is one of the illest lyricists. Mike supremacist, daily is venomous when defending its premises. The government is a menace to my society. Like Benny Seeger, the people of state's property. Defeat the evils, now we escaping its poverty. Music is the way to speak and they're making it a mockery. My physical is the crystal. With this free flow, I transmit souls and activate the spiritual vehicle. Cause he's so dope. Welcome back to the Artist Access. Your access has now been granted. You are watching Radio Rakim's Artist Access.
Access granted.
Have you been in a car accident, injured on the job, a trip, slip, or fall due to someone else's negligence? If so, call Texas Personal Injury Referral Group, where our 24-hour service line will quickly connect you with the help you need. Call us at 713-331-3995. Texas Personal Injury Referral Group. We connect you with the help you need. What's the key to a beautiful home? Of course, at Key Cuts GS, our services will help your home and lawn stay manicured year-round. Call us at 832-945-2870 and inquire about our free senior citizen service. Again, that number is 832-945-2870. At Key Cuts GS, we care. Have you been in a car accident, injured on the job, a trip, slip, or fall due to someone else's negligence? If so, call Texas Personal Injury Referral Group, where our 24-hour service line will quickly connect you with the help you need. Call us at 713-331-3995. Texas Personal Injury Referral Group. We connect you with the help you need.
0 to 100, leaning and I'm blunted. Shots of tequila, I'm stumbling, bout to vomit. Shawty want me to put that D up in her stomach, cause she know all these hoes wanna kick it. Sneaker Summit, Minute Man money coming real quick. Niggas is fake, hoes ain't loyal, I need a real bitch. Man, I be sipping on drink, on some chill shit. The flow's a weapon, niggas can't conceal it. Get spilled quick, real shit. Don't compare me, I'm far from average. Money out the ass, so I'm talking cash shit. I be stretching and flipping, gymnastic. These niggas acting like bitches, they actress. Your girl's favorite draft pick. I'm one hell of a bastard, as I was told. She can get the fuck thinking she stumbled on a pot of gold. Ain't cupping hoes that got more miles than my Impala drove. If it ain't about the dough, I'm mugging like a high depot. I'm about my B.I., no sexual. Mentally challenged for trying to challenge my intellectual. Blowing on that medical, jars, guards, loud exhibit. I guess that's why I'm sicker than a doctor visit. You are not prescriptive, you are not conflicted. But if it's a problem, then motherfucker, let's solve them. That automatic revolver, salty niggas dissolve them. It's the player section, only real niggas in my column, man. Niggas be snitching for a cheaper price. Once you enter them cuffs, then you scarred for life. Two niggas tie them bandanas, hide your kids, hide your wife. Married to the game, got them walking on a pile of rice. Showing naked ass in the great state of Texas. Bound to get head from a Lexus, buy a Lexus. I'm swinging real wide, shit is reckless, how could you test it? A lot of niggas claiming they eating but looking just. Man, in 2007 I fucked up my picture. Meet me at Jack in the Box and don't forget the pistol, it's official. Niggas ran their mouth, laws ran up in the school, ran my name without me saying, then ran my face on the news. Post the bell, well, they're the funds that I've been saving up. Acting that old the enemy if I gave a fuck, and that go for the present too. I'm gifted like presents too, it's a rap. Now I'm talking racks for my presence through the revenue. Catching cases out while I receive a that. Talk behind my back, smile in my face, they sneaky rats. Fuck your opinions, I'm speaking facts, and all they say is chop, you gon' learn one day of what my teacher at. Hustle, chop to die like niggas ain't really fucking with you. Bro, hand me in, you ain't never lied. A lot of niggas talk that shit, but they ain't never tried. Thinking all them wild ass thoughts, but they ain't never ride. Hella guys, sweet as cinnamon till the toast crunch ya. Let that thing dot his frame like a hole punch ya. You a bitch nigga, I let my hoe punch you. Blowing on some dank while I'm pouring on some drink. Cause I'm leaning and I'm blunted on some trill shit. Trill shit. On squad, you get killed, bitch. Leaning and I'm blunted on some trill shit. Trill shit. Trill nigga shit, nigga. Leaning and I'm blunted on some trill shit. Trill shit. On squad, you get killed, bitch. Leaning and I'm blunted on some trill shit. Trill shit. Trill nigga shit, nigga.
Yeah, I got you, bro. Whole squad on that trill shit. Dollar sign, aka De Niro, the motherfucking enemy. SOB. Live by, die by, and kill, bitch. Check. Niggas in my peer group looking like, do we still got it? Like when Barack dropped, you didn't cop it. New additions added to the list of rappers.
Access, I am your host, Radio Rock King. I got my man with me today, Yolan. A poet is in the building.
Well, brother.
What's happening, bro?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, it's all good, bro.
Hey, you know I love rocking with you, man.
I'm glad you was able to come through today, because you, like I said earlier, bro, you is one of the busiest cats I know.
Man,
you know what I'm saying, bro?
Preach, man.
For real, and man, I want to man, this dude here, this I call him my brother. I call this dude a mentor. He's a friend. Like, this dude is one of the guys that'll just call you out of the blue and just to give you some flowers right quick. And he'll tell you just how, he did it a little while ago. He'll tell you how proud he is of you, and just to keep on doing your thing. And like I say, man, that's every meaning a lot when you do that. You know what I'm talking about? You like one on the cast that I know that do that for me. You know what I'm talking about?
Man, I'll tell you straight up, man. The elders always said to me when I was younger, man, like, you give credit where credit is due. And how you uplift your people ain't just about waiting till they climb to the top. You be there with them when they climb into the top. You know what I mean? So that's why. And plus, man, you outstanding in everything you do. You versatile with all that music, movies, you know, athleticism, father, you know what I mean, poet. Yeah, man. So I rocks with those that really love the art. You know what I mean? If you don't really love the art like the way I love the art, you can feel that vibration.
And it's something likewise, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you inspired me to keep doing what I'm doing. Like I said, man, you was doing movies and all that before I even got in the game. And like, just by seeing you doing your work, it inspires me to keep doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's what it's about, man. Each one teach one, reach one. You know what I mean? That's how we keep going, man. Definitely proud of you and the whole environment
Appreciate it, man. So Yolan, the poets, like is Yolan, that's your government
name? That's my real name, fam.
Okay.
Yeah, man, and the whole name behind it, that's why I titled the book, The Unknown Child Named Yolan. Because when I was younger, you know, everybody was like, you know, they couldn't pronounce it, what it mean, whatever. So I was talking to my mom, God bless her soul.
What kind of name is it? What is that?
Man, come to find out, I say about 20 years ago when I actually found out, it was a patient of mine that did his history on it. And they said, man, you know, Yolan stands for Poet Warrior. Can't kick this out. So, you know, John Lucas from Star Wars, right? So they sued him in it. And it's a character he got called Yolan Brim, right? Off of a planet called like Utopia or something like that, right? I'm trying to get right. If I got it wrong, you know, don't misquote me. But he looked like a strong brother too. Guess what he is? Poet Warrior.
Wow.
Man, so it was almost like, man, I was destined to be doing this. I've always been writing ever since I could pick up a football, you know what I mean, since the Dr. Seuss and Shel Stevenson days, the Reading Rainbow days, you know. It just was one of those things that, especially from the environment I'm from, you know, San Diego, Southern California, shout out to the homies, Southeast you know, when I grew up doing the crack, you know, times, and when gangbang was at its highest. So I was in that environment, and really writing just helped me escape. You know what I mean? What I was seeing from inside the house and in the streets, because in my house is the same in the streets.
Now, when did you started writing?
Man, 6, 7 years old. You know, but I didn't really start taking it seriously, or even think it was something about it until about 2008. It was my partner, baritone Ernest Benson. Right.
He told me the story. He told
right,
me the story.
Right. Yeah, it was him, man. He had took this little book I had put together, kidnapped it for about 6 months, and then came out and was like, man, you need to get on the mic. And I ain't know nothing about no spoken word, nothing like that. I said, man, you talking about like that love to shit, nigga? He's like, man, just come out. So I went down to, that's when Seven had the shadow bar still.
Yeah.
And did my first piece, and it was on and popping since then.
Yeah.
It's been on and popping since then, and just developing the craft and having good people around me to help me critique my amorisms on stage and all that. So writing has always came easy because, you know, battle rapping and all that.
Yeah.
So when I got to learn to understand the process of from taking 16 bars to storytelling as a poet, you know, like Jill Scott Heron, that's one of my favorites, you know what I mean? Of course, Langston, you know, Robert Frost, you know, Edgar Allan Poe, like all these different poets, because I just love to read. It helped me with the ability to tell the story and just give it to the people while telling my stories that's come from the streets and environments that we come from and what's going on as a people, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's really where it came from. So having my name being this, I don't think Mom knew what she was doing.
I resonate with that though, because like I found out what my name mean like way after, and I always wanted to know what it meant.
Yep, we talked about that.
And I found out like in 2005, a homeboy of mine said my name is an Arabic name. My pops was in the Nation of Islam when it first kicked off, so he gave me and my brother a Muslim name. And I always wanted to know what it meant. So man, I had a brother who I went to kindergarten with this dude, kindergarten, high school, all that and everything. He ended up joining the Nation of Islam like around 2019, around 99 or something like that. And I seen him one day on Canal Street. And he stopped me and said, man, I know what your name mean. I'm talking about he just stopped me. He said, man, he's someone on the street, he was in his car. He said, man, I found out what your name mean. Your name mean the light. I said, wow. It just blew my mind. Because like I had been always referring to myself as the light. You know what I'm talking about?
Man, that poem you got when you talk about the stars, remember that constellation of stars and the light. Right. Now it makes sense.
But them names are powerful, bro. It's like your name mean a poet warrior. It's like, man, them names kind of shaped you into that.
Man,
you know what I'm talking about?
Peak game. So I'm looking up, because you type in Yolan, it'll come up Yolanda Adam and all this, right? So I was like, sometimes people will be like, man, there's this Yolan now. At the time in 2005, it was like 20 of us.
Wow.
Everyone I looked at, like India, Asia, Africa, every last one of them was in some type of artistry. They was either music, painting, modeling, like it was all some type of art.
Right.
Every last one of them is in artistry. So it's like, man, there's certain things that you don't even know you destined to be. You know what I mean? So it was destined for this, man. I mean, poetry literally saved my life. You know what I mean? Like when there was times when I was like, man, you know, I'm gonna take it there, you know, because you know we used to that type of that life, but it was that pen and pad that really expressed. I would have had no idea it was gonna take me into doing plays and films, and even with the Soul Poetry team, you know, being the VP for that. Shout out to the Soul Poetry team. Shout out to Carlos Wallace, Liz Wallace, you know, Kim, the whole fam, the whole squad, man, and rocking with them for the last 10 years. You know, even though I had been doing other, you know, open mics and, you know, winning awards and stuff like that, it feels good to have an organization,
like
you know what I mean, where everybody is on one accord and ain't nobody got no egos or nothing. We just all love and express the art, so it keeps me motivated to keep on and keep writing, because it's some cold spoken word artists out here, man. I just love.
Shout out to the promotion. I seen how you got boosted up to the vice president of the whole company.
Yeah, man,
that's a big thing.
Yeah,
brother.
man, that came through. Man, 2 months ago, you know, Sis had asked me, and then Los had asked me, and at the time I was like, man, I don't know if I really, because I always did the behind the scenes, but when they both had asked me, like, yo, can you take it over? Because, you know, Sis, you know, she went to go do bigger and better things, and then we was like, okay, we'll keep it going. All right, I'll do it. All right, and man, we still selling out. We at the Comedy Lounge doing our thing now. April 29th is practically sold out. It's just good to have a harmonization with the community like that, and with artists that on the same mindset of we do this for not just for the culture but for the world. You know what I mean? Let the world hear our voice.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to the documentary y'all put out.
Oh God, poetic
Pens.
energy needed in society.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah,
man, that's good looking for Fetty from Neo2Rize Films, man.
Right.
Matter of fact, he the cinematographer director on this next.
I've seen him. Yeah.
He do great work, man, and
Right.
he done won so many awards and went to Indy, man, on all 6 continents, bro. Who would have thought we'd be in Russia, India, and Asia, you know what I mean, and Canada, you know what I mean? So it's funny because when your goal is not to say, hey, I want to be a star. Or I wanna do this in the world. I just want to be a celebrity. None of that. Like, it seemed like I just posted this, man. I said, man, when you got pure intent, God will intentionally pour into you. You know what I mean? Because you're doing it just out of the love, and you don't know who's watching or where it's gonna go. So I'm just happy, you know, where we at right now to leave this legacy for my young ones.
Yeah. So when did you come to Texas?
Man, I came to H-Town back in 01.
Okay.
Right back in 01, it was right after they had, I forgot the name of that her. I think it was called Allison or something like that. Because I remember tripping because my cousin was driving around. I was seeing the freeway. I was like, man, what's all that debris on the freeway? She was like, that was water. Wow. I was like, what, it flooded like that? So it was on and off in 01, and it was just actually just to come out here, just to come, you know, get some stress relief. Because my uncle was like, yo, you know, because it was wild back home. You know what I mean? I'm early 20s, you know. And I just fell in love with the whole culture, man. I ain't never seen so many black folks, entrepreneurs in college, businesses, the whole nine. You know, they take me to 3rd Ward, 5th Ward, you know, and you know the communities that's historically black and everything. And it felt like I was supposed to be here. It literally changed my whole perspective of life. And I tell people, I say it's the same way. When you just grow up in a certain environment, you think it's like that everywhere. Not that it don't be drama everywhere you go, but when you get a whole opportunity and you seeing for the first time historical black colleges, right? Because they don't have that in Cali. You know, we have a whole lot of penitentiaries. You know what I mean? So even being able to go on these campuses, man, I went back to school, got my degree.
Wow.
You know, I just retired. What 2015 after I had that heart attack. You know what I mean? I was saying back so. When I had that, I had to retire from my field. So pick up the pen and pad again. That's what everybody around was telling me, was like, yo, do what the gift that God gave you. You know what I mean? And again, that's how the book ended up coming out. You know what I mean? So it's like, tell your story right now while you got it. So I can't knock nothing by H-Town. H-Town is like my adopted home, man. Like I really cut for everybody out here that gave me love, and for this city, man, because this city's been on ever since I know I've been here. You know what I mean? And the love is real. That Southern hospitality, I don't know about everybody else, but y'all, it's real, man.
I relate, man. I love it out here. Me,
that's right. Cause
I came out here and I came out here for Katrina. In 05, but I was in Beaumont for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then I went to Dallas.
Okay.
And I kind of fell in love with Dallas.
Yeah.
I wanted to live in Dallas, but so I went from Dallas back out this way, like to Dickinson. And then I started driving trucks over the road.
Okay. So you traveled.
And then I went back home to New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
And I moved out here for the 2017. I've been there ever since. So
that's right, because that's when we linked up.
Oh my goodness, man! I just fell in love with the city. It's like everything fell in line.
Yeah. I
Googled portrait scene out here, and all kind of stuff.
Yeah, man, 7 days a week. That's what tripped me out. I was like, the portrait scene in Houston is nowhere nowhere else I've ever been. No other state. 7 days a week. It's like the only thing you saw that was like clubs, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you got a spot to go.
I'm like, it blew my mind. I'm like, wow.
Like I've never seen nobody. I remember on the Penn documentary, Seven had said this, and he was right. There is no other place that for sure love spoken word the way H-Town does, man. When I say 7 days a week, you know this a fact. It's popping.
Literally,
I mean,
for real.
Ah, man, so many people, so many lounges, so many daiquiri spots, so many events. You know what I mean? That there's no way you can't say, oh, you know, I can't go to a spot and get it off my chest. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about. release. I don't care if you're reading on your phone, your book, whatever. Like, I give props to everybody that's to get the courage enough to get up on that mic and speak their truth. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Bro, the acting. Bro, you are an actor. You say you a poet. You an actor. Like, for real.
Cool.
Yo,
man, I appreciate that.
Like, when did you started doing the acting? How did that come about?
Again, man, that's another story. So, remember I told you about having the heart attack, right? So now they put the defibrillator in. Now they coming and saying that I need the heart transplant. I'm on the list for that and everything. So I'm in one of my downest moments at this point. So wifey had already been doing films and right. So it was this film. Shout out to Jailer World Productions, right? It was a audition. They was like, man, just audition for this role. Legacy. So I was like, all right. So baby was like, just try it out. They don't do no film.
You weren't even thinking about doing that.
Movies. So I went, killed it. She called me back. You know, Katrina called me back. She said, yo, we're not gonna give you Legacy. I said, okay, that's cool. I went to. She said, nah, we writing a whole new character. So she stopped the script, wrote a whole new character called Genesis, and that's how that got on. That's how that got on. So from Pipe Dreams, then it was. What was it? Fair Play, Definition of Manhood. What else? Just this
Fair Play, man.
Spoken Words.
Hey, go back to Fair Play. Like, what mind frame that you had to get in to play that character? Like,
man, I watched a lot of crazy films.
You played that. You played the role.
Man, I appreciate. That.
Like on point with it. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, man, and that go out to the homie Black Blues too. You know, he was a casting coach, and all what he had told me before. And I was doing plays too, so I had some great people in my life that was like, man, you just naturally. And coachable, so do it like this. So one of the things they would teach you character development, you know, watch people, watch certain films and stuff. So I was like, oh, I want to play this dude. I want to play this dude like this. And then I remember going through with wifey, like, I'm putting on glasses. Don't wear no glasses. Don't wear. I'm like, nah, I'm wearing the Poindexter so we can flip him at the end. And that's how he kicked off, man. That's how it was created, man. Yeah, just
bruh. Yeah. It's like it was like I seen that guy before. It was almost like the guy from remember Diamond Players Club, the nerd dude. You know what I'm talking about? That was like you never expected.
Yeah, him to flip
like that. You can see it, but you really can't see it. But if you got the eyes, you can like something
ain't right with that cat. That was one of the dudes I remember I was watching too. I was like, oh yeah, because remember he had the glasses the whole night. Yeah, and how he flipped at the end. Right. I was like, yeah, but that's really one of those things. Again, I love film, so when you love the art, you don't want to play with somebody. Like I tell everybody else, if you want me to watch your baby or take care of your baby, I'm going to take care of your baby like it's my baby. Right. So I take everything that I'm on like it's mine. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't want nobody to do something wrong to my baby or, you know, put it in wrong hands. So that's how I look at anytime I get the opportunity to get blessed to, or people call me for auditions or for film, man, I look at it like do the best for you. You know, don't worry about the outside world. You develop yourself. And then again, I'm blessed to have a wife that act. Right. So not only are we running poetry lines together, you know, we running scripts. So she might be upstairs run script. I'm downstairs and like, okay, we gotta. It'd be wild sometimes because she'll get on me like, nah, I don't believe you. You know what I mean? Like, okay, man. So that's where I came with the films. And again, man, you just don't know what the universe is gonna do when you walk in just that path. And when I say that path, brother, I mean like I'm not worried about no negative. I'm not worried about the he say, she say. I'm not worried about nobody's drama. I have to stay focused. I got a family to take care of, right? So you got walk what you talk. So if you see me in that element, then you know that I'm not gonna change for nothing. Like I don't have a stage name, just the poet's poet. Because Yolan is just Yolan. So who he is on that stage and when I'm spitting is the same dude that's off that stage. It's not going to change. I love and it's peace with everybody as much as it can be. Now, if it's, then it's, you know what I mean? But most likely, you know, if all turns, bro, it's just really trying to be impactful. You know what I mean? And leave a legacy that my loved ones gonna be proud of. Right. Mom's gonna be proud of.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, that's what's up, man. So, man, like, in the future, you think you're gonna be writing and directing in these films?
It's just so funny, man.
Because I already see it. I can see it. I got them eyes, brother.
I'm the assistant director on this next film that I'm acting too, but I'm the assistant director on this one. Already wrote 2 scripts that, what is it? Marriage Isn't Perfect, but Is It Worth It? We'll be filming that one this fall.
And you wrote this one?
I wrote this one.
Oh, yeah. See, I already knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
We wrote this one. It's going to be a 6-part short films. So it's 6 parts. So the first 3 parts. And then, of course, Wifey, she writing the next 3 half too. Okay. But we co-wrote the poems. So it's a poetic, like, film. You know what I mean? Of what's going on, and especially, like, during a time when it was COVID, and everybody had to stay in together. So that's what it's really going in. And then the value of you seeing success on the outside of this couple, but they still have problems just like every other married couple have problems. And, you know, but it's just how do you deal with it? So, yeah, I'm really excited about that one.
Well, bruh, I am proud of you, bruh.
Man, I'm proud of you.
Being an inspiration to the hood, to the culture, to young brothers like myself. Like, you truly are a king, my brother.
Man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Much love to you and success and everything you do.
Yes, sir.
Everything you do.
Yeah. So, look, man, we're going to pay some bills and take a quick break. But when we come back, my man Yolan is going to bless us with a nice poem, a piece. Y'all stay tuned. This is the Artist Access.
Hello, family. This is your girl, Mia.
And Mr. B.
Coming to you with the Now What Show. Listen, you guys, we're so excited about what 2023 is going to bring us. Listen, we want you to invite some of your friends out to join us every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
That's what's up. Can't wait to see you.
Rebecca Rose, Becky with the Good Hair. If you would like to become one of the partnered distributors, you can apply online or attend one of my many events. At the events, you will receive a contract that contains different textures and how to apply a halo within seconds, pricing, and features and benefits. So if you want to step out and show out, remember, Becky with the Good Hair.
Yo, what up, family? It's Johnny Coco, and you're rocking with HJS TV.
I have artist showcase, so I have like opportunities.
I Am Soul Power. 1974 Zaire. Rumble in the Jungle. Titled and labeled as an animal. My color makes men fear what they do not know. Plus I chant, I am black and I am proud, and it shows. Enchanted with blackness. From the bottom of this earth to the top of its axis, that's 30 seconds from popping off with 30 dudes all draped in blue with Azul sweaters on. Now, I gave you a piece of that. But I really want to talk about my environment I just moved in. So I just moved into this new environment. Like Damon Wayans, my wife and kids enjoys a big backyard, walks in the neighborhood park, exciting waves and good mornings from passing cars. From afar. From a shining star, yet I notice white beams leans against my peripheral. When I get up to exercise, see my conditioning is different. For instance, I watch Bob and Karen do their daily workout regimen. They can sweat with no conviction. While checking their pulse and BP, they high five, continue smiling while running. As I rise, throw on my armor hoodie, jogging pants, orange and black Air Max, open my garage, smelling the freshly cut grass, glares against the stare as if I'm a transient. Running. Sudden gazes on my melanated skin. Sky blue, sea color blue, earth, joy, oxygen in my lungs. Last thing I should be worried about is running from anything but time. Watch on wrist ticking, clock won't stop running. Nip hustle reigns in ears. Motivation to keep pushing these legs that want to give way above ever giving pavement. Thought surface, breathing heavy. For those that pause at me in stride, eyes wide, flabbergasted as if they just seen an anomaly running by. In this beautiful neighborhood I moved in. Like Damon Wayans and Tisha Campbell, wife and kids, has been looking at my smartwatch like a ticking time bomb, counting up, ready to self-destruct. Tick! Lady with ugly ass dog chokes his neck with leash, can't stop me mugging me. Talk, old head sitting at the end of the bench feeding stale bread to pigeons, gawks in disbelief. Tick, pondering if I'm being nigga-noid. Talk, nope, two teenage boys with drone guys in slow as I approach. Running. Now the second black and white just drove by. Left my old turf many years ago. We had a lot of drive-bys, so I stopped running just for a second. Stretch it out, stretcher, oppressor, pressed on frontline papers of my hue, causing other joggers dressed just like me to give me blue side-eye views in this immaculate landscape. Picture perfect lakes, dark green trees as far as the eye can see. My spirit takes in all this natural energy as they hold close they mobile, knowing the next 3 digits they dial will automatically pause my mobility. See, I'm running. No longer for fitness, but 400 years, sweat down face reminds me of my place in this society. See, I'm running, trying to make it back home. Like Mr. and Mrs. Cow, my wife and kids don't let me slow down. As a mod Arbery plays in my head like a bad rerun. Now I'm striking. 8 minutes have passed. 46 seconds later, I'm thinking about George Floyd's children. Wishing they could still run with their dad. Wishing they could still play with their father. Overflow of images take hold. Traffic helicopter hovers over. At least I want to assume. See where I'm from, they call that the ghetto bird whistling through the wind, trying to catch us in the hood. Running. But this is not that environment. This is seclusive. Quiet. Thought about my wife and kids when I decided to buy it. So I slides right into undeveloped subdivisions being built, exposed to by bars, no doors. Want to take a closer look, but 2 white boys in a blue truck, hunters on the hunting. Since this is Texas, it's guaranteed they got rifles itching a buck, but I'm no deer. So I keeps running. Mind begins to reminisce. Sitting in my grandmother's kitchen as she tells us a story of one of my great uncle killed while walking home from his lady's house, who just so happened to be on a different spectrum of love. They caught him strolling until he began running for his life. You see, he was castrated. My gramps said they laughed after they did it. As tears flowed, she showed me a picture of him in a 2-piece suit and said he looked and act just like you. Pulse is over 120. BP is off the charts. I'm no longer running. I'm sprinting past my past as future holds same hourglass. I think about Sandra Bland and the last breath that ran from her lungs and departed her soul. Angry at the tailor that made suits for Breonna Taylor's killer so they can look good in the courtroom. This is supposed to be a workout running. Celebration of my new house running. He has a hoodie like Trayvon running. He looks dangerous running. Who do he think he is running? Fuck his wife and kids running. I make it back to my block, mobbing, seeing my wife and kids pull up to the driveway, taking out groceries with jubilation across their faces. My queen gives me that angelic grin, reminding me one thing my family tribe taught me. Young one, don't you ever run from shit.
What's the key to a beautiful home? Of course, at Key Cuts GS, our services will help your home and lawn stay manicured year-round. Call us at 832-945-2870 and inquire about our free senior citizen service. Again, that number is 832-945-2870. At Key Cuts GS, we care.
Welcome back to the Artist Access. Y'all guys just see my man Yolan kill it. We have another special phenomenon artist with us today. We have Yolan's queen in the building. How you doing, queen?
I'm good. I'm
nice
good.
To meet
How
you
are
again.
you?
Look, I'm good. Look. And so your poet name?
I am Ashley Neo2Rize.
Neo2Rize.
Yes.
How did you come up with that name?
That's a good question.
For real.
So when I first got into poetry, I was 19.
Okay.
And it was like a healing for me, and it was like a rebirth.
Yeah.
And so I wanted something to go with the newness that I was experiencing. So I looked up the word new in the dictionary, and then I was like, Neo-Teric. Neo-Teric is a new or modern day writer or thinker. And so I wanted to do a little play on it. So Neo2Rize, I am new to rise.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you.
That's fire. Did that have been your poet name? That been your poet?
Yeah, I haven't changed it.
Because I always see you as Ashley a lot of times.
Right. And it's funny because some people knew me as Ashley, some people know me as Neo2Rize and stuff. But shout out to Black Snow. He's the one that put me on. And he started calling me Ashley Neo2Rize. And so I was like, well, I'll just go with both. And since people know.
Yeah. So you are a native of Texas, right?
Born in Atlanta.
Born in Atlanta.
Okay. But I grew up in Texas. I am a military brat. My parents are met in the Air Force.
Yeah.
And so, was part of the military and everything. And then when my dad retired, then we ended up moving out here to Houston. So I was about 12.
Okay. So how did you discover poetry? How did poetry and you guys met poetry?
Ooh, that's a good question. So I've always written. I wrote my first poem when I was 7, and everything. And then and I just love to write. So I took a creative writing class in like 8th grade and stuff. And but the thing is I was going to TSU at the time, and I was taking this this liberal arts class, and they required us to go to a live performance for a grade. And so I was like, okay. So I knew, this girl in class, she was like, hey, I heard about this poetry place, it was called G's and Z's. And she was all like, let's go there. And I was like, okay, I've written poetry, but I hadn't seen it performed live, So we went, and I just fell in love. And when I got home, I wrote 2 pieces, and I went the next time and started spitting, and been doing it ever since.
Your flame is lit. They lit your flame. Cause I'm the same way. When I hear fire pieces,
oh my gosh,
it makes me want to pick up my pen.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. So what year was this? What you talking about?
06.
Okay.
Yeah, so I want to say about 06.
So when did you finally get the courage to get on stage and start performing and things?
I was still 19. So I had I was preparing to speak at G's and Z's and stuff. But there was also this poetry spot down the street off of Alameda called Mocha Life. And so I ended up performing my first piece at Mocha Life and everything, and it was great. My parents had came out, Deep had came out and everything, and so I performed there, and then the following week ended up performing at G's and Z's.
Right. So that first performance, how was that like?
Oh my gosh. Well, one, it was nerve-wracking. I had like dropped half my piece. It was, but it was something about it though. It was something about the stage, the environment, the energy, and plus too, at the time I was just healing from things, like heartbreak at the time, and and just different life things, life situations, and I just kept going, and it kept healing and just didn't stop.
That release is serious, man.
Isn't it?
Writing and releasing that's healing itself. You know what I'm talking about?
Like, absolutely.
For real.
Absolutely. So,
and now,
yeah.
and you're, like Yolan said, you also are an actress.
I am.
Yeah.
I am, and that's the thing. Poetry led me into acting.
Right,
so
right.
I always tell people I kind of fell into acting. Sorry.
To me, it's all the same.
Right.
It's expression.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
It's expression.
Right.
But it's like this, they were looking for poets for this stage play.
Okay.
So I was like, I'll be able to do my own pieces and this is great. And so I went, and they have you go through the whole audition process.
Right.
And I went through the whole audition process. Poetry is my life, revenge is my mission.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting casted. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm doing this, right? And so I did it, and then next thing you know, I caught that acting bug. And I was like, I love this. And so, so I've been acting ever since, doing stage plays, movies, and everything. The first movie was Love Is, part of Jayla World Productions as well. Yeah. And then after that, did Pipe Dreams as well, where I got to perform with my hubby. Yeah. And Fair Play and stuff. Now we are working on another project, Consequences of a House Without a Father.
Right.
And it's a soul poetry production, and Jayla, Katrina Jenkins, is also part of that, and everything, writer and director. So just really excited.
Can you tell me what's the whole story about with this new one y'all working on?
So for this new one, from what I can tell you, it is honestly about this single mother who is just making her way through life. She's experiencing life struggles. She has, young daughters and everything. So going through that whole, growing dynamic and stuff. And she's just trying to hold on to her faith, but keep running into all of these issues and stuff. And so just trying to keep it together. But it is, honestly an ode to all single mothers, an ode to all, everyone who's just going through life right now. And yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So, like I said, so Yolan is writing on.
Yes.
Have you written some scripture stuff too?
Yes. We're co-writing this one together. We're co-writing this one together. And I'm sure we're gonna write a lot more together and stuff. But
I thought it was hard to write a script. Like I couldn't. At first, it was like I can't do it. Now I can write poems, but for some reason it just was like I think it was a mind thing. Me saying I just can't do it. So my first two projects, I found me some writers.
Right.
But as I was filming the first project, I ended up having to add some scenes in. And I started writing like the day we was shooting, and it just went to flowing.
I know it's the flow. That writing, it's the writing. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah.
Right. So I feel like I'm ready to write a script now. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. Like let's get it. Let's choose these characters. Let's get some auditions going. So
Right. That mind is a trip. It's like if you think it's hard, it's gonna be hard.
Right. Right.
So it really is about just making that mountain look like an ant pile and just doing the damn thing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
For real.
Exactly. That's why I like to add advocacy in my pieces, because I'm an advocate during the day, and I love how whenever I can merge my artistry and advocacy together. So I do work in the homeless response system, and so I work on housing people from encampments from different areas in Houston and Harris County, and getting them moved into their new home. During the day. So.
Now, I went to one of y'all plays, the one y'all did at the Improv. You remember that one?
Yes.
Yeah. And you was phenomenal on that
Thank
one.
you.
You're a natural.
And actually, look, it went from there. Consequences of a House Without a Father has now transitioned from a poetic stage play to now a film.
Yes.
That's
awesome.
Super excited.
That's awesome.
I'm super excited about it.
So what can we expect more from you as a writer, as a poet?
Wow.
You ever thought about throwing your own events?
I thought about it.
Yeah.
I thought about it, but to be honest, poetry hasn't failed me yet.
Right. Well, you pretty much got your crew.
So poetry.
Yeah.
But no, poetry hasn't failed me yet, and I feel like I have allowed it to guide me in the areas of my life, guide me in the events I'm a part of and stuff like that. Right. So I'm excited to see what's going to come about. So even though I try to make a plan, like, okay, I'm going to do this, you know, I'm going to do this. Of course, we already know, you know. But no, I know I started doing a lot of haikus. Okay. And so working on that and everything, putting a book together for haikus. Right. And stuff, scripts. So I know there's going to be some more scripts coming about, and just more poetry.
Right. Yeah. Is it hard to like juggle all the things you got going on? The poetry, work, the acting.
It's a balance. No, it definitely is a balance. Only because it takes a lot of energy. Mm-hmm. One, being an artist, but two, what I do during the day, trying to get people, placed and stuff. Right. So it can be a lot, but of course, I believe in self-care, and then of course I have the most amazing supportive husband and family. And I love that. So they keep me grounded, they keep me going, they keep me encouraged, and they keep me prayed up. Mm-hmm. So I mean, so it is a balance. Right. But
that's how God is guiding your steps, because it's gonna get done. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Like he be always telling me, like when I talk to him, it's like I be having to think about it, like, I mean, I have come a long way. You know what I'm talking about? Because like you be so you just doing. Right. So you never take the time to really look at all that you're doing.
Yes.
But we do a lot.
We
you know what I'm talking about? We doing a lot, but it's like only God can be the one helping us do all that we're doing. You know what I'm talking about? Even when I'm at work, people be like, man, how you do all of that? I be like,
you just do it. You get up and do it. He gives you the strength to do it. Now, one thing I do want to tap into this year is voice acting.
Oh yeah.
So I want to do voice acting and stuff like that. So I'm excited to tap into that.
Yeah. You got a unique little voice.
Do some audio books and stuff. Do some commercials and everything. I've already done a couple of phone recordings and voicemail recordings for some companies and stuff. So I'm all like, I kind of want to keep it. And again, something new to tap into.
Right.
But again, it all came down to the root.
You got to get with Jimmy. Jimmy, we're doing commercials. You be needing voices.
Look, if you need a voice, Jimmy, just hit me up. My name is Ashley Young, aka Ashley Neo2Rize, and I can be available.
That's what I'm talking about. Look. And so again, the event you guys have in April, what day is that again?
Yes, April 29th at 8 p.m. at Comedy Lounge. Spits and Giggles. Super excited. It's Spit It Off Your Chest. Yeah. So I'm ready to spit some stuff off my chest. I'm excited. I'm excited. And please come out and please get your tickets early, because we always sell out. I just want to put that out there.
So look, man, we're going to take a break. And the Queen will be performing when we come back from this break. And we're not done with them. Yolan and her going to come back out. Before they come back out together, they're going to perform a piece together.
Yes, we are.
Y'all going to love this piece. I seen this piece performed at an event. And I told them, y'all got to do this piece for me tonight. So they will be doing this piece that they have together. So y'all stay tuned, don't go nowhere. This is the Artist Access, and your access has now been granted. Let's go. Brick Jungle, stand up. From the NO to Houston, north side, south side. Love. Every day is a struggle. Without struggle, there be no progress. Give you a piece of the puzzle until you see the object. Don't believe, just try, then we achieve our best. Spread your wings, let's fly. Your time we leave our nest. MCs are out of touch. They perceive our less. The state of mind, the threat here to shine. Who's next to raise the mind through these next phase in time? The rules that's resurrected, I'm next in this line. The rules never neglected. Get blessed when I rhyme. It's for whoever gets special. Don't let them stress you on the grind. Live life like it's low tomorrow. Either you're working or you hustle or borrow. For this purpose, for what it's worth, I think your pain and your sorrow. It's for all those names that I wrote down. Lost souls now found, don't slow down. Soon you'll be receiving your crown. It's going round and round. around like a merry-go, so here we go. Tired of hearing the same old songs on the radio. My life's bright like a rainbow. When it's song, I'ma let it show and let you know that heaven's close on schedule. My flow's extra like terrestrial. The double don't let us go. It's the intellectual, telekinetic flow. Injecting those.
Neo2Rize. Rappers wants to find their art is poetry in motion. Now true messages are lost within the commotion of their messy content. So I became purpose as a spoken activist after recognizing monetary gain and worldly fame grew into the neglect of caring how we fuel our own people's intellect. I must admit, this wasn't the way I thought things should be. So I suppose this was God's purpose by instilling the full armor of poetry inside of me, Neo2Rize. Never compromise the rise to your highest capacity, nor have the audacity to second guess my nature. So as far as his favor, allowing my tongue to touch the minds of the masses, I will attach this with my content warning. And once I establish the undivided attention so you can listen to the rise of this poet, recognize I am lyrically mastered to become any hater's disaster. Derived from the meaning neoteric, which is a new or modern day writer or thinker. I'm a fighter from the neurological vision of my truth seekers. And everyone should be engulfed with your own neo, because your expectations should be to rise, giving praise for already having risen today, because now is the time to progress and become productive. Be reluctant to respond to all that other bullshit that is beneath you. The sky is no longer the limits, the heavens are, which to me is the only golden gated community. See, I have overcame punitive struggles, broke down mountains into pebbles, turned the obstacles of life's rat race into a slow jog, no longer bypassing the beauty of life. Here, now, and forever, Neo2Rize. I am new to rise amongst inevitable possibilities. Tranquility is found within the right hand of my index, middle, and thumb. Though some make the assumption my pronunciation depicts life without strife, don't mistake in the eyes of the beholder. And those who hold a grudge against my naturally tan skin, my tight locks, and the neo soul I have within. And yes, my own kind decide to pass judgment with no remorse, but don't endorse the negativity. For this lyrical course is meant to expand your knowledge and acknowledge that ignorance is a curse. So contemplate on that shit as I converse the next verse. See, none of my shortcomings has ceased the rise of this poet. So as you formally know it, Ashley M. Young has been known to rise into a new being, a fiend for new things, new meanings, new dreams, and new streams. So come flow with me and rise, Neo2Rize.
She asks, will you protect? Keep me covered from the ills of this universe, the globe was too small for her. Intergalactic ambitions, goals to make they love none intangible to any other. Giving pump vessels to her king, release torso, VIP access to her castle, allowed his temple to share her sanctuary. They practice peace and harmony.
He is my protector, earthly king, courageous knight, moonlit filled dreams of he and I contemplating our world's design. See, no one can reign on our kingdom because he reigns in our kingdom, my protector, earthly king, courageous night. He knows I am his and he is mine. No sublime message, there is truth in his tongue, and I listen, honing in on the teachings of his history.
On faraway landscapes, legendary footprints display patterns before their eyes. Love surpasses their ability to seek a need to leave. Cocoon closure, wrapped tight, intertwined soul ties outlining the beginning. Strong man.
Beautiful woman. Life transitioned instantaneously as we noticed similar thoughts of poetic expressions through the mind of words. The hypothesis of love conformed into a new thesis. A poet, a lover, a friend.
He caresses her ebony frame, tasting the lips of heritage. Intoxicating, massaging dark-skinned coarse fingertips against her delicate shoulders. Touch, vibration, pulsating pleasant pleasures rush. Oneness is now taking effect, leaving this galaxy.
He lifted limbs like branches, deeply rooted, swayed back, immaculate texture. The kind of mankind, cocoa gods and goddesses silhouette. Show my back strides. That brother lit my insides, Mandingo stallion. Elation subdued my solemn days. He reminded me of September, allowed my trenches to experience wilderness as trunks collided, leaves turned over, willowed and sweet, nectar drained, bare, whispers flowed with the wind, hidden night moans rhythm. Is he listening to my natural submission? Two minds, one body, yin, yang, fire, water, heaven,
earth, so magnetically coupled. Worlds that suffer from lost love use these two chemistries. Spiritual doctrine, copies was made, handed out documents on what true love really means. Glaring at their pictures on the wall from ancient past, amazing how one's love cannot be duplicated. Paintings scribed on cathedrals, carved out of gold, worship, sculpted from precious stones, thrown up into zodiac signs. Summer seated their great exotic escapes. No clothes on, just satin sheets and linen scarves thrown in the midnight wind during this season.
Winter, spring, summer didn't allow changes to fall. Timing was divine. Our solstice aligned at the highest point, just at the right minute. We embraced every moment, yearned for light years to feel this component. We compounded into combustible explosion.
Taking her places no other man can. She receives his destination. Comforts confusion by bypassing naysayers, floating by as if clouds are their feet.
Imagine serenity, and that's where we stand. He is my heaven kiss. What we make, no short of heavenless. Gets me alighted like the double beat from Mango Drum. He is my Africa, my hometown, my own, my. We're the reason God created soul ties. He is king over me.
She is queen over me, dancing slowly, molding love for generations to come. The image tattooed over the lover's hearts.
Never give up, never quit. Our love is forever. This is it.
The first king and queen atop the Milky Way and what soulmates means. Showering their essence across the nebula, locked away in chambers. Behind secret vaults, laid the lovers remain.
Prayed to like the Black Madonna by the Pope every day. We harmonize with distinction. The heavens know our name. Reciting melodies we've made from the love of our tongue as we speak. Never give up, never quit. Our love is forever. This is it. We stand fixated on the faith of our union.
Celestial bodies bound for eternity.
Y'all just seen the king and the queen perform the piece together, man. That was dope, brother. What's the name of that piece, man?
Celestial Lovers.
Celestial Lovers, bruh. Fire, 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 fire. Man, I enjoyed y'all coming and kicking with me today, you know what I'm saying? Right. Y'all make sure y'all follow them on all social media. Give out your email right quick. I mean, your social media.
Oh, okay. Facebook, YolanYoung.com. IG, A Poet's Poet. TikTok, Yolan, A Poet's Poet. www.yolanyoung.com. You can also catch the book, The Unknown Child Named Yolan, on Amazon.com.
Yeah.
And then you can find me on Facebook at Ashley M. Young. That's ASHLIE M. Young. You can find me on Instagram at Neo2Rize. That's NEO2RIZE. And you can follow me on TikTok, Neo2Rize Poet.
Yeah. That's the Blackberry. And we out. We'll see y'all next week. Same place, same time. You heard me? Yeah.
It's okay to cry sometimes. Got me screaming murder.